Hi everyone, a very good evening. Welcome to my class workshop for all. In my previous class, I started the adverb. Today again, continuing the same chapter, I am going in detail. First of all, let me revise your previous chapter. What is an adverb? A word that qualifies a verb, an adjective, another adverb or a preposition is called an adverb. Here we have to remember one thing, an adverb can qualify not merely individual words but also an entire assertive sentence. In this case, it stands at the beginning of the sentence. For example, only you can tell the truth. Here only is an adverb and it is qualifying the whole sentence. Another example I may cite, unfortunately I made an accident. The term unfortunately. Again, here we have got an exception. As a general rule, an adverb does not qualify a noun or pronoun, but in some cases it does so. For example, even torture could not break his spirit. Even is adverb and torture is noun. Similarly, only you can tell the truth. Only adverb and you is pronoun. Now, coming to classification of adverbs, an adverb can be divided into four classes: simple adverbs, interrogative adverbs, adverb of affirmation or negation, then relative adverbs. These adverbs, simple adverbs and interrogative adverbs, these two adverbs, they are again divided into six classes, that is adverb of time, simple adverb of time, interrogative adverb of time, simple adverb of place, interrogative adverb of place, simple adverb of number or frequency, interrogative adverb of number or frequency, simple adverb of manner, quality or state, interrogative adverbs of manner, quality or state, simple adverb of quantity, extent or degree, interrogative adverb of quantity, extent or degree. Similarly, last one is simple adverbs of reason, cause, interrogative adverbs of reason, cause. Now, I am going in detail one by one. Simple adverbs. These adverbs are used to modify the meaning of verb, an adjective or an adverb. These adverbs are distinguished from another by their meaning. Simple adverbs are subdivided into six classes that just now I dealt with. Number one, adverb of time. It shows time. I met him some days ago. I met him some days ago. Here ago shows the time. He will soon arrive. The main adverbs of this class are now, then, before, since, ago, already, soon, presently, immediately, instantly, early, late, afterwards, yesterday, today, tomorrow, lately, early, daily, formerly, late, never. Next is adverb of place. This adverb shows where the work is done or it shows, it qualifies the place. For example, we must work here. The cat is under the table. My sister is out, etc. The main adverbs of this class are here, there, in, out, within, without, above, below, inside, under, outside, far, near, everywhere, up, away, backward, etc. Then comes simple adverb of frequency. This adverb shows how often the work is done. For example, he always stood first in the class. She often goes for a morning walk. The main adverbs of this class are once, twice, again, seldom, never, sometimes, always, often, frequently, etc. Next is adverb of manner, quality or state. These adverbs, they express how or in what manner. She spoke politely. They behaved foolishly, rudely, etc. The main adverbs of this class are thus, show, well, ill, amiss, badly, probably, certainly, conveniently, etc. Here one thing is to be noted. This class includes the adverbs which are derived from adjectives and ended in ly. Next adverb is adverbs of quantity, extent or degree. It shows how much or to what extent or to what degree the work is done. For example, she is quite a strong girl, quite. He is fully prepared, fully. She is a very beautiful girl, very, which qualifies the adjective beautiful, etc. The main adverbs of this class are very, much, to, quite, almost, a little, little, the little, rather, somewhat, half, partly, wholly, so, etc. Next is adverbs of reason, simple adverbs of reason. This adverb expresses why the work is done, or if it is qualifying verb, why the work is done, or if adjective, that means it answers the question why. For example, the main adverb of these classes are hence, therefore, consequently, etc. Here one thing is to be noted that some adverbs may belong to more than one class. She sings delightfully, adverb of manner. The weather is delightfully cool, adverb of degree. The same word delightfully differs in the class. Don't go far, adverb of place. He is far better now, adverb of degree. Next is interrogative adverb, this one. These adverbs are used to ask questions, and the main adverbs of this class are when, where, what, why, how long, how far, how often, how much, how many, how, etc. Now coming to its classification again, interrogative adverb of time, when the work will be done. That means, to sum up, we can say that interrogative adverb of time asks the question when. For example, when will you come here? How long will you play? The main adverbs are when, how long. Next is interrogative adverb of place. Where are you going? The main adverbs of this class are where, whither. Then comes interrogative adverb of number or frequency. For example, how many people are there in the park? How often does the doctor visit here? The main adverbs of this class are how many, how often. Next is interrogative adverbs of manner, quality or state. How did you solve this problem? Manner. How are you today? State. The main adverbs of this class is how. Next is interrogative adverb of quantity, extent or degree. How far was his statement true? Extent. How much sugar do you need? Quantity. The main adverbs of this class are how far, how much, etc. Last one is interrogative adverbs of cause or reason. Why did you do this? Reason. What makes you cry? Cause. The main adverbs of this class is why and what makes. Next is, here one thing is to be marked, that the adverb how is sometimes used as an exclamatory sense also. How nice of you. What and what in the sense of quantity or degree is similarly used in an exclamatory sense. For example, what a beautiful flower it is. Then affirming or denying adverbs. That means adverbs of affirmation and negation. An adverb of affirmation is an adverb that affirms a statement or fact. An adverb of negation is an adverb that negates a statement or fact. Yes or no are pro sentence and or substitute adverbs. Did he come? Yes, he did come. Instead of he did come, we can say simply yes. Did he come? No. Instead of he did not come, we can say simply no. Yes is substitute for an affirmative sentence, and no is substitute for a negative sentence. Observe here that as pronouns avoid repetition of a noun, these adverbs avoid the repetition of a sentence. Once again, in the case of pronouns avoid repetition of noun, but here these adverbs, the adverbs of affirmation or negation, they avoid the repetition of sentence. Next is relative adverbs. Relative adverbs are those adverbs, they are the same in form as interrogative adverbs. Relative adverbs are those adverbs which relate to some antecedent understood or expressed. These join the two sentences. They are same as interrogative adverbs but differ in use and function. These adverbs are formed from relative pronouns, the same what, where, when, why, how far, how much, how often, etc. These are all same like interrogative adverbs but differ in use. For example, the antecedent understood, this is where work, where the place where not work. The antecedent expressed is, this is the place where we work. This is expressed, but its antecedent is, this is where work. So a relative adverb is an adverb that modifies a verb and at the same time acts as a connective. Here, observe that interrogative and relative adverbs are the same words, but they differ in their use and function. Now, I am going to deal with the formation of degrees of comparison of adverbs. Now, degrees of comparison in adverbs. How the degrees of comparison in adverbs are formed, that one I am going to deal with. Some adverbs have degrees of comparison like adjectives. This can be framed as under by adding er or est. For example, positive, comparative and superlative degrees: early, earlier, earliest. Here y is omitted and instead of y I is added. So IER is added and similarly IESTA is added. Early, earlier, earliest. Fast, faster, fastest. Hard, harder, hardest. High, higher, highest. Near, nearer, nearest. Soon, sooner, soonest. Like that. Next is by prefixing the word more or most. An adverb ending in ly form, the comparative is formed by adding more and superlative by most. For example, carefully, more carefully, most carefully. This is ending with ly, so its comparative degree is more carefully and superlative degree is most carefully. Then the third one is, here one thing is to be observed, that early has earlier for its comparative and earliest for its superlative degree. Next is irregular comparison. There are certain adverbs which have got no formal comparative rules of comparison, but they are very much irregular. For example, good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Far, farther, farthest. Fourth, further, furthest. Late, later, latest or last. Little, less, least. Much, more, most. Near, nearer, nearest or next. Here we should observe that some adverbs have the same form as corresponding to adjectives. For example, he ran fast, adverb. Fast is adverb here. He had a very fast horse. Fast is here adjective. So both fast are in same form. Another example, he stayed long. He went on a long journey. He stayed long, adverb. Long is adverb here. He went on a long journey. This is adjective. Now, formation of adverbs by adding ly to adjectives. For example, active, actively, eternal, eternally, brave, bravely, useful, usefully, like that. Next is, some adjectives drop their e and add ly. For example, simple, simply, able, ably, due, duly, due, due, duly, duly, true, truly. Here we commit one mistake. Truly, true, true, truly, truly. It is not ely. Truely is absolutely wrong. Idle, idly. Simple, simply. Gentle, gently. While, wholly. Next is by adding ly to adjectives ending in y after changing y into I. For example, easy, easy, easily, happy, happily, heavy, heavily, lucky, luckily, merry, merrily, noisy, noisily. Next is by adding ly to noun. Day, daily, month, monthly, hour, hourly, week, weekly, etc. Next is by adding ly to participles. For example, willing, willingly, worried, worriedly, loving, lovingly, fixed, fixedly, know, knowingly, knowing, knowingly, then surprising, surprisingly, mocking, mockingly, etc. Next is by prefixing a to a noun. A to nouns. For example, gain is noun, a is added, a is prefixed and it becomes again. A plus back, a back, a plus side, a side, a plus way, away, like that. Next is by prefixing a to adjectives. For example, a plus broad, abroad, a plus live, alive, a plus phrase, a phrase, a plus round, around, by prefixing a to a verb. For example, a plus cross, across, a plus go, ago, etc. Next is by prefixing b or ab to certain words. For example, before, b plus for, before, ab plus out, about, b plus hind, behind, b plus low, below, b plus yond, beyond, b plus twain, twain it is, and it becomes between, beteen, between, b plus side, beside, and ab plus out, about, ab plus over, above. Next is by adding words to certain, by adding words, words, words to certain words. For example, backward, back plus word, backward, on plus word, onward, like that. Down, downward, up, upward, in, inward, on, onward. Next is there are certain miscellaneous words which have got different forms and they don't follow any rule. For example, bad, 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 its adverb is ill, one, once, side, beside, the, thus, two, twice, three, thrice, good, well, did, indeed, day, today, like that. Then comes double adverbs. Some adverbs have two forms. One is, for example, I am citing an example, free and freely. Free means without any cost, freely means independently. Hard, similarly, hard, hardly. Hard means very much or tough, while hardly means rarely. Similarly, late, lately. Late means after the fixed time, while lately means recently. Near, nearly. Near means close by, while nearly means approximately. Similarly, very, verily. Very means in a high degree, while verily means really. Direct, directly. Direct means straight, while directly means at once. Now, the uses of adverbs. There are two uses of adverbs. That means there are two different ways in which adverbs can be used. Number one is the attributive use and next one is the predicative use. Attributive use, an adverb is used attributively when it qualifies its words in the ordinary way. For example, that is when it is placed as close as possible before it or after it. You are, for example, you are entirely wrong. He shouted loudly. He did his examination very badly. All here they are pointing directly or qualifying directly or describing directly. But in the case of predicative use, some adverbs are used predicatively when it is made part of the predicate of a sentence. For example, it is here, it is everywhere, like that. Now, uses of some adverbs. These uses can be explained. Here I am going to explain it orally. For example, very. Very means very qualifies adjectives or adverbs in positive degree. So it is used with the positive degree. For example, Tunam walks very fast. The tortoise moves very slowly. Next is very qualifies present participle also. This story is very interesting. Interesting is participle and very qualifies the present participle. I am very pleased with you. Next is very is used to modify the adverb much. I like my school very much. Much is adverb and very is being used here to qualify the adverb much. He looks very much dejected. Next is much. It is used with the comparative degree. He is feeling much better now. Much is used in comparative degree. The teacher was much annoyed at his conduct. Much is used with superlative degrees to stress it. He is much the happiest person in the village. Much is used with verb. I very much regret this blunder. The spider tried very much to reach its cobweb. Like that. Next is enough. Enough as an adverb is used after its adjective or adverb. It means that required, limited or almost has been reached. For example, this house is big enough for me. He is rich enough to buy a new car. Quite, Quite. It means, it is used to mean entirely. She was quite tired. His work is quite satisfactorily. It means fairly also. It is quite a big house. Then little and a little. While teaching adjectives, as I had discussed use of little, a little and the little, here I am going to use in short. Little is used in negative sense, a little, and it means very less in quantity. A little, it is used in positive sense, which means very less in quantity. For example, I little expected that he would fail. That means I did not expect that he would fail. But a little. She was a little tired. Little bit tired. Next is since. Usually, most of the well acquainted with English grammar, they too commit while using since. This word is used as an adverb of time, a conjunction of time, a preposition of time. For example, As an adverb, it has two meanings. For, from, then, use of time. From a specified time in the past up to now. For example, I first read it 10 years ago and have remembered it ever since. Since then, I have remembered it. At or during, sometimes, between then and now. He told me last week and has spoken all of it several times since. As a conjunction, it signifies from which time to or event. 10 years have passed since I joined. As a preposition, it signifies from. I have been ill since Sunday. To be well acquainted with this type of uses, that means uses of adverbs, we have to go through it properly, thoroughly, and we have to learn by it. There's no shortcut way so that I would be able to provide you. We have to learn by it, and in this way there are certain use of else. It should always be followed by but and never by then. For example, it is nothing else but vanity. The last one is there. It usually signifies in or at that place, but it frequently stands as the first word in a sentence where it has merely an introductory value and has no signification of place. There was 4 persons present. There came a messenger from the king's court. Like that. Then seldom. The last one is seldom. It means rarely, not often. Never say seldom or even ever, but always seldom or never, or seldom if ever. He seldom or never comes late. Next is then position of adverbs. Sorry. Adverbs of manner. These adverbs answer the question how. These are generally placed after the verb or after the object if there is one. It is raining heavily. She walks slowly. She recited the poem softly, in this way. Other examples are well, fast, quickly, carefully, calmly, etc. Next is adverb or adverb phrases of place. Some of the adverbs are here, there, everywhere, on, the wall, etc. And of time, now, then, yet, today, next, Sunday, like that, are also usually placed after the verb or after the object if there is anyone. For example, come here. I saw him yesterday. She follows me everywhere. I am going to be married next week. Then the last use is where there are 2 or more adverbs after a verb and its object. The normal order is adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time. For example, he spoke politely at the meeting last night. I must go there. I must go there tomorrow morning. Thank you.